Hello and welcome to probably the first video on this channel, Neon Productions. My name's Jax. I'm going to be one of the people that's running this channel, and I think everyone else will probably put in their own introductory videos. My first video here is going to be a speed build. I really like The Sims 4. A lot of my videos are probably going to be this very sort of experimental setting, chatting sort of thing. I don't really have much else to give, so here I'm building in The Sims 4. This was sort of a very quick build. It took me just under an hour, I think, in Willow Creek on the Potter's SPLAY lot. As you can see, just sort of finagling with the floor plan. This house is sort of it's a small family home. I didn't check how much it cost. So I'm just sort of, watching the build. Yeah, I recently got seasons after a whole long while of not having it, so there's quite a bit of seasons in this build because I was really excited to use it. Yeah, I haven't used it a whole lot since getting it, which is a shame because I do really like this. Like, this pack, it has a lot of good stuff in it, I think. Yeah, it is also it's a custom content build. I didn't take any of my custom content out of this game before making the build, so there is quite a bit of it in there, and you'll see it as I flip through the menus and put stuff down. So just sort of dealing with the roof and organizing some, I don't actually know what those are called, little like outlet windows to sort of simulate a second floor, though there isn't one. Purely decorative. I don't know what those are called. So putting in some roofing in the back, trying to sort of sort things out. It did take me a while. Most of this is just me messing around with settings and things. So about this channel, stop ranting on about The Sims. This channel is just sort of I guess our idea for it was going to be kind of Vlogbrothers-y, very just sort of, our own sort of videos, sharing them with each other. The main people on this channel we're all across the world. Two of us here in New Zealand, one in the UK, one in France, and there might be some other people that will join the project, maybe, we're not really sure. So the name is fully derived from our Discord server, which is run by the lovely Theo, which hopefully he will come in and do a video soon as well. Yeah, it'll just be, very nice and chill, very much sort of a look into our lives, since we can't really see each other at the moment or sort of book flights or anything. You'll see here I'm sort of debating whether or not I want platforms in this build, putting down some stairs, seeing how that works. I decided eventually, really soon after this, to just not deal with platforms, especially in the way that I wanted them, and it wasn't really going to work with the build that well. So just sort of dealing with the roof. Completely forgot to repaint the roof tiles. I completely meant to do that and just didn't. Yeah, so I really like this lot, building in it and things like that. I don't do it that often, so go there with the seasons. But yeah, I really like Willow Creek and the sort of, base game mods. They are really nice. I do prefer playing in places like Brindleton Bay or San Myshuno. Just, I do sort of prefer it more, but the base game will always have, a nice sort of place in my heart for that. So putting in some windows up the top. You'll see later on, I absolutely forgot to put windows while I was doing the outside on the main story. You'll see that. I completely forgot to do that until I decorated half the house and realized that I was putting so many paintings in because I forgot to put in windows, and that's why it seemed like there wasn't a lot of window space. That's fully on me. I would explain it away and put it on to the fact that I build in lots of apartments, but I don't. I don't build in the apartments that much. That's a complete and utter lie. I mainly build houses. I do like doing the sort of, big extravagant things. Built a much larger house. Took me a few hours last night, but I didn't record that, so I was too busy on a Discord call trying to figure out how to furnish the damn place. So you're getting this very quick build that I did this morning. Was it this morning? Yeah, I think it was. So just sort of sorting out the roof, putting in some lights so I can see what I'm doing. That square room in the back, which I'm going to start working on in a minute, I think, after put that door in. Completely getting rid of that wall. That back room, I'll soon open. That gets opened out eventually, to be a sort of more open plan area, because it seemed a little too shut off. And I put in that archway and was like, oh, that'd be, decent enough, and then realized that no, actually that's not how that works at all. So we're putting in some cabinets. I figure I should maybe use this as an opportunity to say something about myself. I'm Jax. I'm one of the people on this account that's from New Zealand. Just sort of living in the South Island at the moment. I say at the moment, I'm probably never going to leave. It's a nice place. I do enjoy living here. Currently in my last year of high school, though it's October, so I won't be for very long, since our school year ends about November, December. My main interests are the Sims, so there's probably going to be a lot of that. I have some ideas for some video essays that I might chuck up here as well. I have my own YouTube channel. There's not much up there at the minute. Just a shitpost for a Discord server years back. Most of my socials, though, I'll put them in the description, but they are kirkwords as a very old username, a play on words of my surname and the fact that I write. It's not a very it's an interesting name, certainly, but yeah, so I'm much more active on Tumblr and Archive of Our Own, so if you want to, I guess, chat with me outside of YouTube, feel free to do that. I'll put those down below. I'm saying this like literally anybody but the other people on this channel are going to see this video. I doubt it's going to get put up. But recommended, that's the word. I doubt it's going to get recommended out by YouTube, considering that this will be the very first video, and the Sims 4 Speedball community is very, very intense. I'd say they are intense. There's a lot of them anyway. So say we're doing the bathroom. This soon gets switched around as well. I'm very indecisive. That's one thing. There's a lot of debating back and forth on how much custom content I'm going to use, but that thought in my head soon, literally and figuratively, sort of goes out the window. And I just sort of started putting it all over the place, frankly, trying to see if I can put in some more decorative pieces in the bathroom, and then realized that it is far too small, and I didn't bother playtesting this, so I don't actually know if it would have worked otherwise. But that's 2 rooms down. It's a very acquired architectural style I've put in the kitchen and the bathroom, very reminiscent of what houses are like here in New Zealand, particularly in my neck of the woods. A lot of houses are definitely that sort of old tile, very sort of, old linoleum. The floor is always sticky, and if it's not, then you have a lot of money. Basically, every house I've grown up in sort of had that sort of vibe there. You'll see in the bathroom, not the bathrooms, the bedrooms later on, I did put in blue carpet. That is also a staple of every childhood home that I've ever lived in. I'm sure anyone else that lives in this area can attest to that. But it's sort of very usual. I was going to carpet the rest of the house, as again most houses that I know and live in are, almost completely carpeted, but I do really like the aesthetic of wood floors, so I put those in. Here we have a sectional couch made by custom content by the amazing Ravasheen. I won't lie and say that I have a lot of Ravasheen custom content saved in my game. I use it quite a bit. It's really, really good. If I can remember what custom content I have specifically, I will try and hunt it down and put it in the description, but I don't have any guarantees on that. I may have to do a bit of searching. So yeah, I do have quite a lot. I don't remember a lot of it. A lot of very popular creators, particularly in the custom content world, trying to remember how to do this old television trick. Realized that you don't use the ones that clip to the walls, and there we go, it's a lot easier there. So yeah, again, I will try and collate what custom content I do have or used in this build, and I will try and put it into the description, though I really doubt that I'll be able to find most of it. A lot of it was very late night Pinterest and Tumblr searching, just through tags and scrolling around, seeing what I liked and what I could find. Quite a few custom content packs in particular that people have made, so if I can find those, that's an easy out for that. Again, scrolling through, deciding on some wood floors to put in. There we go with the custom content. I can't hide from it. It's too good. It's too good. I love The Sims. I love the Sims packs and content that the actual, game devs have put out, but custom content is just, it's so good. It's so good. So we're putting in some wall art. This gets moved around a lot. The whole floor plan of this main living area also gets flipped a little later on, as I was sort of figuring out what to do. More custom content paintings. Deciding whether or not I want to put some pet stuff in there. Deciding against it. This won't be a house with animals, though, that can always be fixed with, a pet bowl and a bed. So it's not really the end of the world. Sort of, yeah, trying to figure out what I want to do with this floor plan. A lot of this is me just sort of going back and forth on my own decisions, deciding whether or not I've put things in places that I like them or not. Putting in, a little reading nook cubby. Thinking I want to put these two custom content shelves side by side. I did end up stacking them and moving them to the other side of that living area, but having them side by side wouldn't look horrible. Yeah, so just deciding what other little activities I could use to fill the space. Putting in a custom content thermostat that looks like an AC heat pump unit, which is very, very cool. Futsal table. I do end up ditching the futsal table. There's just really no room for it. If I was gonna put it anywhere, I'd probably have it in sort of like if I'd made the upper floor, I'd probably put it in there, or because it seemed a bit weird to just sort of sit it out the back, and because of where I put the house and how big it is, it didn't really fit in the size of that backyard anyway. So yeah, stacking the things there. I am thinking now, I will admit that this audio is probably not going to be super in sync with this video, but I hope that it's close enough that I'm not, ranting about something that happened 5 minutes ago. There we go, deciding to put in some more. This 4-piece artwork from Cats and Dogs is absolutely amazing. I do end up putting it in the square later on, but I don't remember the exact order of what they went in, and I didn't really feel like running to Google and looking at that. So yeah, there we go, moving those paintings. Those 3 get moved around a lot. I'm very sorry. Again, I'm very indecisive. Yeah, sort of nice splash of sort of a blue color. Figuring out if there's anything else that I want to put in here. Not really. Yeah, putting in some more wall decor. I really like wall decor. I don't like it when walls are really barren. It looks very, very strange to me. It's very evident to the fact that I do it in my own life as well. Walls always have to, you know, sort of be covered in things. There's a decorative plates, though that wall gets knocked down in a second, so I have to move that. Deciding what to put in this little entryway. Was going to put in some umbrellas. I'm just remembering that now. Didn't do that. Dropping in a little console table, and then go to put a speaker here for some music. Annoyed that it won't clip. Sort of placing that onto there. And then I realized far too late that I now have 2 speakers in the house, right next to each other, in fact. So that second one on the console table leaves in a minute. That gets put out. There's a little welcome mat that does get shrunk down at some point eventually, just checking that the outside looks okay, that nothing is sort of clipping through or, you know, looks a bit strange. There we go. There goes the wall. Bye bye wall. You served us well. Move those plates back. I had an idea to move them more into the kitchen, and then I didn't. Oh, the footsore table goes as well. Thinking of extending the kitchen area out to in front of the bathroom. Decide against it because it doesn't seem that would be very, very awkward trying to get to your bathroom and you have to walk through the entire kitchen to get there. Saying that, like, that's not a very common architectural design in old houses in New Zealand. It definitely is, particularly houses like mine that were built in the 20s. To use the toilet, you got to go through the kitchen. It's a massive pain when you need to go in the middle of the night. Anyway, so having a look at this floor plan, realizing nope, actually it's not working. I want to sort of move it all around. So I do. Sort of place everything back in like the vague space that it was before, trying to sort of emulate the same vibe that I had, deciding there was already an armchair over there, so just leave it there. Moving our sort of reading nook to this side. I realize that in like the grand scheme of things, in terms of like actual real life architecture that's not The Sims, this really doesn't make a lot of sense, this particular layout. But Sims, it works just fine. You know, you've got your TV, your sort of, you know, chill, relaxing area with bookshelves and your keyboard. Replacing this wall here, opening this up with a half wall. There was a debate in my head to remove it entirely, but I felt there was still that divide was still a little necessary with the vibe of the house. So there's a half wall there now to sort of open up that area, but also keep that bit of a divide, moving one of the doors. Again, finagling where I want everything to go. Moving on to getting the bedrooms done. Again, carpeting. Nice, lovely blue carpet there. Not the master bedroom, but the other bedroom definitely accidentally fell into an old the sort of light wood and blue color scheme. Was not intended to do that, but I did anyway. I've remembered windows. There we go. Matching those Seasons windows to the door that I chose. Sort of just placing windows where, you know, would be good. Get some light in there, put one in the bathroom. Just sort of, there we go. More custom content. I do apologize for the amount of sort of breaks and lulls in me not speaking in this video. I didn't really prep ahead things to say, so I'm sort of just saying whatever's coming to the top of my head. One of which being, see, there we go. I've remembered that I've realized there were 2 stereos, replaced that with some candles and a fishbowl. And we'll move into the master bedroom here. This nice plush Seasons bed, which looks so nice to actually sleep in. Really wish that, you know, these sorts of things actually existed. Deciding which side tables to use. I settled on these ones from Cats and Dogs. It seems a bit odd to put all these things together, but sort of I don't really have a massive interior designer eye, which is a shame, but you know, I like the sort of vibe of things being homely and not having everything be sort of like matching and sort of all this one sort of vibe. I like sort of having everything from little tiny pieces, putting in a bookshelf. But I guess with that, the way that I prefer houses to be designed is probably just a telling of the kind of houses that I grew up in, and the style that I adopted from my parents of sort of just having, you know, bits and bobs collected from everywhere and nothing quite matches, and you know, you picked this up from, you know, a thrift store, and you know, you got that from a family member, and you found that at a store and you really liked it, so you just sort of throw it all together and it creates its own sort of vibe. Putting in some more posters. I was gonna put like one of those framed images next to that one poster, but I decided not to, just sort of leave that one as it is. Putting in some more wall art against that wall that you can't really do much with. Putting in some more artwork with the idea that, sort of putting all this wall art with the idea that if you were to play in this house, you could, you know, slowly delete it all if you really wanted to, and just sort of, you know, replace it with, say, artwork that your sim had painted, or, you know, getting a microscope or a telescope, and just sort of, you know, putting those sorts of artworks on the wall would be really interesting. So we have here, this is sort of a children's room, with the bunk bed and the children's desk. Putting in a lamp, and I think I put in one of those little bookshelves as well. Was gonna put a laptop, but I think, you know, probably better space to, you know, sit the homework down and do that there, even though Sims never do that, and they always sit on the couch anyway, or the dining room table, which, you know, is also good. You know, the fact that they're sitting down and doing it is pretty good. I did put, so there it goes in the activity table. Also put in the wizard, the chemistry set, and a little violin. Just, you know, all round skill building for children. I also put a swing set outside later on. There we go, moving those paintings once again, realizing that I didn't put a door to outside there. Deciding which fence to put around the back deck. I decided on this one from City Living. This sort of nice white, sort of a stark contrast to the rest of the house. Decided to put that on the front as well. And just sort of come to the front, realizing that there's no stairs here. Thinking that these stairs were a real pain, I will say. I still don't know what was obstructing them. It says there that, so I moved this back in hopes that the little red message was saying that it, you know, can't interact with things that will obstruct it. I still don't know what it meant by that, because I then tried putting those same stairs. So yeah, I tried removing the door wasn't the issue. Accidentally removing the deck there. I tried again in the back of the house, and it was just fine. So I legitimately have no idea what caused the stairs to do that. So I end up changing this front decking of wood to be stone to match the stairs that I wanted to use, which, you know, it's not bad. I do like the way this house turned out. If I hadn't, I don't think I'd put this video up, but yeah, I think, yeah, I just sort of, you know, gave in and was like, okay, fine, we'll just do this, and we'll put in some stone, and trying to find a good stone flooring that matches the stairs was a lot more difficult than I sort of anticipated. So we settled on that nice get together, sort of, you know, small stones, put the door back, and I just sort of accepted it at that point that those stairs were just not going to fit. If anyone can figure out why those stairs weren't doing that, please let me know. I'd like to be able to fix that, because I don't usually have my stairs like that. It looks a bit off. I'm putting in some terrain paint. If anyone has any idea why the stairs were doing that, please let me know in the comments. That would be that would be fantastic, because I really want to know why they're doing that. I have legitimately no idea. We'll come outside and we're doing some landscaping. I keep forgetting words. This is fantastic. Yeah, so I'm not the best landscaper in the world. I don't usually do it. A lot of my builds, up until very, very recently, I didn't really do a lot of landscaping. I just sort of built the house and was like, okay, cool, we're done. So a lot of my build saves are just houses on lots that sort of look like they've been sort of picked up on a truck and just moved to that lot and placed there without anything, around it to insinuate that the house has been there for a while and, is actually being lived in. So I'm making more of an effort now to do more landscaping. I hope to get better at it, is always the hope there. But, it's not, very, very likely. Sort of putting some grass around the bases of these trees to, again, give that sort of vibe that, the tree's been there for a while. It's, hard to, trim the lawn around the big roots of these trees, so they just sort of grow, wild grass and daisies around it as well. Putting in some stairs in the back. See, they work just fine. I really want to figure out what happened to the front of that house. I really don't know. Putting in another sort of fenced backyard. I don't know why I felt the need to do both the fenced in deck and the backyard, but that was a choice that I made, and we're going to live with it. Putting in a chest table at the back, and these chairs. Sort of deciding with, the outside light, how everything looks. Putting in some planter boxes for, some gardening. Seeing what else I can put in. Putting in, a swing set. Like I said before, sort of chuck that in the backyard. And seeing what other, outdoor activities I could put in. I settled on the bees from the little bee box from Seasons, because I haven't really put that in a lot of my builds since getting the pack. So I figured, give that a nice vibe there. Sorting out the terrain paint, making it look, a little less harsh. And more sort of, just like the grass had been, walked on and scuffed from people on the swings. And that's the house. Some nice sort of, screenshots, interior shots, and things like that. So hope you enjoyed this first video from Neon Productions. I've been Jax. That was a Sims 4 speed build of a small family home. No idea on the budget of that, but I'll probably put it on screen here or in the description of how much it is. Thank you for watching. I hope to see what else everyone else has to share with you all for this little YouTube project that we have, and I'll see you next time. Bye.